Welcome back to Beyond the Film podcast. Attorneys at Law. We're back on the couch.
Back on the
And
couch.
we're ready to serve some justice.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah. Okay, so I have my notes on my phone today instead of on my iPad. Are you ready to get into this movie?
I'm so ready. Who are you?
I am Elektra. Okay, I am dressed as her when she first walked into the cafe when Matt first laid sensations on her.
Yeah. Who else are you?
Oh, I'm Meadow. I'm Meadow. And she's Rose. And we are your hosts.
And your attorneys.
And your attorneys.
Now you can jump in.
Oh my goodness gracious. All right, so yes, this movie, so very excited to talk about her. When they were doing the intro, it was Braille.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really cool, seeing the building lights turn into Braille. I also am just hoping that the Braille words that they were spelling were actually Braille and not just the shape. Because like when they started going on further and they started like turning the names into Braille, and I was seeing how the shapes of the Braille were just the shapes of the letters, I was like, is that real Braille? Is that really? Because I'm like, I don't know for sure. So I'm like, I can't just be like it's not. But I'm like, I really hope that it is.
And it is. We are back in 2003. No, literally. By the way,
I first my literal next note, I was like, yeah, this is back in 2000s.
It's definitely
OG.
Yeah, 2000s movie. But I literally wrote the same thing. I was like, these lights are so cool. It's Braille. Wonder if they're accurate. But and like another pointer to like we're back in the 2000s. It has an intro, like a longer intro where they like just show the names and like the cast
that
and stuff.
part. That's what you were talking about. I thought that you were saying that they didn't have the Marvel where they flip through all the things. I was like, they didn't have that. Look, I didn't even notice
like
that.
Captain
but no,
America.
Yeah, you were talking about the intro of like seeing all the names flash through. Like they jumped right into the movie.
Well, they didn't have anything. For Captain America,
it was just boom.
It was just Captain America: Brave New World.
Oh snaps! They were like, let's cut to the cheese,
and that's the first one.
Wow.
Anyways, wrong movie.
But still, I just had to bring that up. I didn't know that was the part you were talking about.
Yes.
But yes, when we already talked about this about Happy being involved, I saw his name pop up on the credits.
Yeah, I don't know his name, so it was a huge surprise to me.
I was thinking that he had something to do with the directing because that's also what he does. He's not just an actor. And then when I saw him on the screen, I was like, oh, I wonder. But then no, I found that his name was not like Hogan, whatever. Harold. It's not Harold. It was, I think his name was Franklin or something. So I'm like, okay, so this obviously is not Happy. It's not that cold.
Yeah. Interesting though, too, because throughout the whole movie, they never say his name. Like the only reason, unless I didn't notice it, the only reason I knew his name was because of the subtitles. Because this is like Franklin. Oh. And then also in the series, his name is Froggy.
Yes. And I think that that's where I also got it from the subtitles. And then I just assumed that someone had said his name. I was like, oh, Franklin, cool.
No, they did not care about him.
They really didn't.
Or his name.
Yeah, he wasn't that much as a dominant character as Froggy is in the series. Very, very different. Okay, so I thought it was very interesting seeing how much the church was involved, like right in the beginning. So we start off where Baby Boy is on top of the church. He gets dropped down. The father recognizes him and is like, hey, like what's going on? And so I'm like, wow, it's so interesting that he is called Daredevil or Devil of Hell's Kitchen, but he is very religious. And you can tell this as well from his childhood home. Like you can see that they had the Mother Mary painting up and all these other things.
They had a cross above the bed. I didn't notice that too because the first scene is literally like blood dripping down the back wall of the church. And then you pan up and it's this red figure with hanging on and he's bleeding. And then he falls down. I was like, okay, symbolism? Like, what is this all tying into?
Yeah. That's fair. Because it was very interesting seeing what they were leading up to. Because I'm like, all right, what's going on here? Someone's bleeding on the church. Like, what's happening? I honestly didn't expect that to be him up there. I was like, oh, yeah. I was like, what is happening right now?
Oh, yep. And we get the OG narration. They love to. It reminded me of Spider-Man, like Tobey Spider-Man.
They were around the same time period.
When did Spider-Man come out?
Spider-Man came out early 2000s too.
Well, yeah, I think
it came out in 2002.
Okay.
Yeah, and this came out in 2003. And yeah, so we go on, right? Daddy's lying to him. Okay,
bro. Father, get out of my notes.
I'm not.
His daddy a liar.
His daddy is a liar. Lying daddy. I can't believe this.
No, literally.
And gets himself caught up.
That was so sad though. Like he ran and he saw his dad. Said,
the last thing I saw was my dad roughing somebody up.
Yes, and then he dropped his report card all A's because he was like, you need to be a lawyer or a doctor. And Daddy, I want to show you my report card, and you lying to him.
Can't believe this. And I'm glad Daddy got his things together after the accident.
Oh, yeah.
Like, all right, son, I'm gonna be here for you.
I'm sorry. I know, Dad.
And I'm like, wow, he gonna forgive her. But I'm like, I guess he got to.
That's all he got.
Exactly. Mama gone too.
Because they don't explain.
They don't. She's just not there. But yeah, he gains echolocation skills, very similar to Ro.
Get out of my notes.
That is hilarious.
No, the whole time. Okay, but yeah, he goes blind because the
biohazard. Yeah, so he was walking around in a place he shouldn't have been. Okay,
right? First of all, why was his dad beating up someone at? Like, does his dad work at that site?
So,
like why was he there?
It's New York. There's probably a bunch of different things happening.
Oh, okay.
There was this door flap, and it looked like that was an alley that also was a part of this area.
I thought they were on, like, a construction site. I'm like, what are you beating up people on the construction site for?
I think it was, like, a building, and they were exporting their biohazard. Gotcha. And this was, like, in an alley. Okay. And so, yeah, baby boy's walking. The forklift tries to swerve to not hit him, and then he hits
sliced it.
Yeah, the forklift sliced the biohazard juice, and then the juice sprays right into him, and it's in his eyes. And
I will say though, like, this is the part, like, after that, when he goes blind, he's in the hospital. I'm like, okay, cinematography in this eats, like the way, like the way that the water drop and everything, the way they show it is really cool.
Like, this time of CGI, man, was pretty good.
Like, how do you go backwards? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Because they're going forward, but it's just not good.
I think it's lazy.
Perhaps. I think maybe, like, laziness, and then perhaps this is also, like, CGI was bad, and then it got good, so maybe they're trying to move forward into something new, and it's bad right now, and then it's going to get good later. Fingers crossed. This is just me trying to be optimistic.
Some of the shows I'm watching are trying to do, like, AI now. Like, I was watching Cobra Kai, and it's about the Karate Kid. Anyways, like, the main sensei, he died in real life, and they brought him back in the series, like, as, like, a vision or whatever, but, like, with AI. And I'm like, you could have just left him. Like, he did not need to be in the series. Like, it's so bad. Like, ooh, please, like, just leave it alone. Yeah, like, you can get closure a different way. It's not worth it. I don't know. And plus, like, when we were watching Captain America, how many green screens I could see? Like, yeah, like, it's like you have these $1 trillion budget movies. Like, yeah, use it wisely.
Disney making all this money. Marvel's making. Like,
they're using it stupid cheaply too. Oh my god!
Don't even.
Like, yeah, the cinematography and the CGI back then eats, besides the comic book action.
Yeah.
comic book. What's that called? Video game action.
That was so cringe. But yes, when he gains his echolocation skills, all right, very similar to a bat, but yeah, definitely like on crack. Okay, he could literally see from like it was crazy.
It's kind of cool, but like I feel like it's exaggerated though too.
Definitely because like it's a superhero,
yeah,
right, and definitely overstimulating though. Okay, he is and his sensors are on 10. Like
that water droplet sounded like gunshots to him.
Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, what is he hearing? And I was like, wow, they did so good at connecting that. And what else? Being able to hear everything happening out on the street, like, but at the same time not being able to see what is around him. Mm-hmm. So like he runs into the wall and he's like, oh my goodness, like, okay, this is a corner, I can calm down right here, but he can still hear everything around him and see it too. It's wild. And then we see Stan. Okay, as he's getting his senses together. Stan was almost roadkill. Watch out, old man. And then he runs into the bullies again. Okay, after him and his dad, they're having their comeback. Okay, and
we never give up. The boy without fear.
That's great. Why were those bullies trying to fight a blind kid? Like, that's crazy. That's what I want to know. All right, baby boy without fear. That's great.
I was thinking about that though, but I was like, okay, but they bullied him beforehand, so like I feel like maybe not bullying him after is like able
to. Right, sure.
You don't want to pick on him now because he's blind. Like you think he's different?
It's too easy.
Yeah,
maybe.
Or they're just mean.
Maybe all of the above. Probably less of the ableism though. They're probably not thinking that deep.
Right. Yeah, they're like.
So
14.
You know what? It will be ableist if we didn't pick on him. We have to now. That's so silly.
But that scene was cringy though too. Yeah. Like he flipped the guy and then the other kid was like, ah!
No, for real. I'm like, all right. Also, there were a lot of there were more black characters in this movie than I expected them to be.
2, 3.
And the 2 kids that was bullying him?
That's 3.
Oh, that's who you're talking about.
I do think it's kind of, we're skipping ahead. We'll get there.
Okay. But yeah, they foreshadowed with that boxer robe. I thought that was pretty cool. His boxer robe has devil horns, and he had put it on Baby Boy when he had won.
Yep, that's where he gets his name from. Because his dad's name was the devil.
Yes, that I understood that. So that's what I was thinking as well when I had first saw this. But then as I was watching the show, it's different. They like the name is not self-appointed, but in this one it is self-appointed. Like he has Daredevil printed on his shirt. And then but at the same time, if Daredevil in the show is not self-appointed, then like why does he have devil horns in the first place? He must see himself as some kind of like very interesting.
I've only seen like I don't know half that. I don't I have no help with that series.
That's so silly.
But I also think it's like because he's the boy without fear. So I also think it's like Daredevil. Like people who are Daredevils, they're not.
That's what I was thinking of too. Man, but they did a number on his daddy. They didn't even shoot him; just beat him to death.
That was crazy. Like I thought he was gonna like get away because like they stopped and then KO. Rose drop.
Mr. Fisk doing his that's his signature move.
Well, yeah, we find out later. Oh, that, yeah. Yeah, especially like because in the comics and stuff, he's like real boxy and like big.
And I noted that when I was connecting like that William Fisk was, in fact Kingpin for real. Wilson. Yep. I was like, it's something with a W. Winston, William, I don't know.
Winston.
W. Fisk. But no, finding out that was him, I was like, okay, it's very interesting that they have him be like, he's like regular big. He's not
He's normal.
Super, yeah, super big body.
Yeah.
It's like even in the actor that they're using for the live action right now, like he's kind of
chunky.
Super, yeah. And like tall too. This guy wasn't that tall. He's just big guy. But man, when we see him grown up, his apartment is very different.
This man is a vampire.
He
sleeps in water in a coffin.
Like, but I understand why he needs to sleep like that, because it shuts out the sound. Like he can hear everything that's going on outside.
Okay.
So that
I get it.
It's like it's a sensory tank. Like that's an actual thing that people do, like pay money to go do.
Okay. Now that you explain it, but I was like,
is he a vampire?
I will say though, I will insert my little tidbit here. While I was watching the film, it gave me very much Batman vibes.
Literally, me too. And I was like, wow. And it's very ironic that Ben Affleck goes to pay Batman later on.
Yes. Yes. I looked it up and I was like, okay, he literally played Batman later on in the DCU. It's like it was his practice for being Batman. But there's so many like similarities.
Yes.
It's insane. One, he's a vampire. Vampires are bats.
He has echolocation. Like a bat.
Exactly. His parents die in front of him. They were murdered. And then
in the alley.
He's seeking revenge. That's why he's becoming the super vigilante or whatever the heck.
He doesn't use guns.
He beats people up for a living because he's angry.
No, literally. I'm like, bro, you literally need counseling. Like,
the only difference is he's not rich.
Like that's the... And I'm like, you gotta have some kind of money to have got this sensory tank. I'm like,
well, he's a lawyer. I guess he could be rich.
But at the thing, they're like,
he's like a poor lawyer.
Exactly. Because I was interested when I first saw this apartment. I'm like, oh, so this is not really like the series at all. Like you obviously have to have money to have something like this. And then when we get to the thing, they're like, we can't keep being paid in fruitcakes. And I'm like, oh, so this is
maybe he got paid with an apartment.
Maybe with the sensory tank though.
Maybe he sold it. I will say though, I feel like this is like, it might be like a Marvel ripoff thing, because I looked it up. The Batman character was created before Daredevil.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of too. Because I'm like, like if you combine Daredevil and Iron Man together, that is Batman. So like they took Batman and kind of split him into two characters.
Yeah, and then you could be like, okay, Captain America is like a little bit off of Superman. He's just not a hero.
Yeah,
not a hero, not an alien.
Yeah,
but it's just like Marvel does it better, and that's just sorry, that's just the world we live in. Like artists, like people copy. It's just about doing it better than the other person
and having it a spin on it. Okay, you don't create art in a vacuum.
Period.
Art is always getting some kind of influence from something else.
Anyways, yeah, this movie is basically Batman. Next,
and some other differences that I was noticing between this Daredevil and this TV show, the gadgets, okay? And I was saying, yes, very Batman-esque with the gadgets, like his staff, his blind stick, his walking stick. I don't know what it's called.
Well, I think it's a walking stick.
Yeah. It turns into nunchucks. It turns into like the hook, grappling hook.
The little thing goes from like an angel to a devil.
Oh, I didn't notice what those were turning, but I was like, there's little faces on them. I'm like, where is he getting these from? Like,
the church.
How?
Maybe father is, sponsoring him.
For my son. Okay, taking care of him probably since he was a jit. Here's where I get confused.
Okay.
He doesn't have superpowers. He's just enhanced senses from the biohazard. Why is he jumping like this?
No, bro.
I'm like, does he have super knees? Because you just like he doesn't have any bodily. Like what? Mega knees on crack, and Mega knees is already like what, bro? What's going on here?
No, literally when
him and Elektra.
Hers is explained a little bit better. Okay, but like when he back in the day when he was still young and like he was outside training, studying, his dad was boxing and stuff. No. Okay, that's not where I'm going.
Okay.
His dad goes away and he gets up and he starts like feeling the boxing thing, and then he starts like just doing it automatically. I'm like, how do you know how to hit this really well? Like even when you can see, you can't like just automatically be off rip hitting it consecutively and that fast.
He was just like, but okay. He also has enhanced reflexes because of.
Brother, what?
Like, did you see the way he was dodging those bullets?
Like, I guess that comes with like all the other senses.
Yeah.
I feel like they chalked it up to practice. He was like, yeah, then the world became my playground. So the amount of quotes I wrote down, like this is clearly a like 2000s movie. Like I was waiting for them, like in the beginning when he was done narrating, I was waiting for him to be like, and that's where my story begins.
Bro, you are hilarious.
Half of my notes are just quotes from the movie, bro.
trolling them.
But yeah, okay. I think it's just he's been practicing since he went blind, I guess. They say how long ago it was. I don't remember though. But I feel like it was over a decade.
All right. So, this first fight that we see, okay, it's very disorienting visually.
Right, okay.
Yeah, we're back in
the future. He loses his case, the victim.
Right.
Can't say that word. We might get flagged.
Right.
This is where we see Happy though.
Yes.
Skipping Happy.
Because I had already talked about him. I was like, right, yeah, Happy.
Oh, right. Yeah. This is where I noticed Happy.
Yeah.
I don't know his name. I was like, Happy, what you doing here? But I feel like also this might have been like his his in for like the Iron Man movies. So like, okay, we already like use this actor, like maybe we can bring him in for like other projects because Iron Man is like 3 years later, right? 2006.
Yeah, I think so. And I wonder if he had anything to do with the directing on the first one because like if they're just pulling him for an actor and then they let him direct the second movie,
he had to been like
interesting,
big at the time though, like behind the scenes doing other stuff,
perhaps.
Okay. Now, yes, they lose their case, and he's like, "Nah, man,
justice.
I got work to do."
Boom.
There you go.
The fight. Yes, very visually.
He did threaten that man in the courtroom too, because I'm reading my notes.
He did very slightly. I mean, it was like,
wasn't that slight?
Y'all gonna let that slide?
Right? Can they do that? A lawyer?
They can let, people like that walk. So I guess.
Period. I mean, it's not unjust. He deserves the threat, but. Okay, sorry. I'll stop cutting you off.
Very visually disorienting, and it was also the same way that it was disorienting for Daredevil, the way that he was hearing things. Like, he's hearing all these things, and it's also, I'm like watching it, I'm like, But it's very cool how they have a similar look for us visual experience. For us visual experiencers, viewers,
audience.
I guess. I don't know. There's a different word that I'm looking for, but for us who are experiencing the movie visually, it's interesting how they have a similar effect to what is going on to Daredevil audibly.
This goes back to the cinematography. Like, I feel like they ate with how they visually show like his senses and like how he sees and how he fights and stuff.
It was such a good job. And I think that they did a really good job with this movie because it's like they treated this movie like they was gonna make more, okay? Like they cared about what was gonna happen. Man, I'm like, thank you so much.
Yeah, just didn't get I looked it up. They just didn't get the viewings. That's why they didn't make another one. And they were saying which doesn't make any sense because of how it ends. We'll get there. But like because of Elektra, like the sequel, like it wasn't gonna compare. So they just stuck with her instead. And they gave her a movie.
Yeah, I know they gave her a movie. I was looking for it on Disney, but it's not on there. It's on a different streaming platform somewhere. I've seen it like on a list somewhere, but I don't remember where it's at. Anyway, though.
Well, yeah, this is the only thing though. This is a video game CGI when he jumping off buildings and whatever the heck. Which I mean, like it's not horrible. It's just I don't want to see it. Also, though, back to like CGI and stuff. Like nowadays, they rely so much on CGI instead of like relying on like costume designers. Like I'm about 98% sure he was actually in that suit and actually like doing those moves, which I prefer. Like you can tell the difference.
You can. And they still do like have some of that. Like I'll see on Instagram when it'll be the actor and the actor double and they're both in costume, and I'm like, okay, like that's good. Like I'm happy to see that they're doing that still.
Yeah, it's like 50-50 sometimes. Yeah. Like Vision, that man just got dots on his face. Like that's actually it.
I have seen him painted red before.
He's painted red. And he has like white dots on his face, so they can like put in the robotic.
Yeah, make him look extra smooth.
Yeah, and people talk about, I don't know how what's her name? Elizabeth can like be serious in a scene with all that stuff on his face.
No, literally be like, wow, like come here, let me give you a kiss, baby. I love you. Yeah, that's kind of
why
silly.
She gets the big bucks. Anyways, back to this movie.
So after that fight, he's decompressing
after he kills the man. That's what happens.
And then
very split in half.
Like, whoa.
There goes blah blah blah, whatever his name was. There goes the other half.
Yeah, I was like jeez, very different from the show. Daredevil doesn't kill anybody. Not this one.
Oh, he doesn't. I don't remember that. Okay.
Yeah, he like was saying that. It's like, yeah, like, oh, Baby Boy doesn't kill anybody. Not this one. Yeah, he doesn't care. And wow. Oh, I wanted to say that my theory was that the obsessed journalist, was going to become a problem.
Yeah, like when I got to the end, I kind of wish they had more interaction with him. Like he was just interacting with like the police for like 5 seconds. Or here you are again, like you trying to tell the story, blah 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 blah. But like,
maybe I'm sorry, continue.
I was just gonna say, like, I feel like the way they intertwine their relationship, in a sense, it should have been built up more in the beginning.
That's real.
Felt very one-sided. You know how like Spider-Man like trolls like the news and stuff? It should have been like that.
Well, it was. I think it's important to note that their relationship is very one-sided right now.
Yeah.
And the thing is that like Daredevil and the guy doesn't really have a relationship at first in the beginning, but we can tell that the guy and Matt Murdock have a kind of relationship. Like they know each other.
I thought they were just meeting for the first time.
No, I don't think so. I remember they had met at the staircase. Yeah. And yeah, they seem familiar with each other every time that they saw each other.
I guess that makes sense if you're in like that world and he talks about
that world,
that type of stuff.
Yeah.
That scene though, I got, which wasn't what happened, but I got very like sly vibes where he was like I'm on to you, but he wasn't. So that's kind of, I don't know. I feel like they needed to rework that character.
I think that they were going to put more into him into the second one. Now that you're saying that there was a second one, the way that they ended off, it definitely seemed like their relationship was going to get more deeper, like a Gordon and Batman relationship. You've never seen Batman, so
I wrote that down too. The only Batman I've seen is the newest one.
Yeah. So did they have a Gordon in there?
I don't know. We saw it together.
I know, and I don't remember. But yeah, he's a police detective.
And Batman was played by someone who played a vampire, and he's a vampire.
Oh,
the newest one.
Oh, I think that Christian Bale played a vampire once too.
See,
dun dun dun.
I don't even know who Christian Bale is.
I hope that I'm saying the right actor.
From this movie?
No, he's from he played Batman.
Okay. I was like, his name is Ben Affleck.
Yeah, not him.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay, but here is where he's talking with Happy again. Okay, and we see the baddie at the cafe. Me.
Also, do pretty girls just smell good or like?
Like, that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
Weird.
that was creepy.
Weird.
Why did you?
This whole scene is creepy.
Literally.
And like for the past scene to be him fighting against an assaulter,
and
then you go to this scene, like your vibes aren't very off. Like you just didn't go the extra mile.
Maybe it's like, wow, I'm smelling some beautiful perfume, because he mentions to her, like, oh, like so and so doesn't wear rose oil and da 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 da
and high heels.
Yeah.
Now, what if it was like a gay man?
Then he would have found out, because he asked baby boy to describe
Happy.
That's his name, not Happy.
That's his name, because they never told us his name. His name is Happy Hogan.
Happy did not describe a gay man to Matt, so he was like, true. I'm gonna go there. And also, how do you know that was mustard? Probably the viscosity of the bottle and what was going on,
or you could smell it.
True.
Also, though, for like Happy to know he has these abilities to figure out when like there's a hot girl coming in, and then not to know that he could differentiate between like mustard and honey, like the small things where he's like, do you need my help, or like small stuff like that where he knows he has these abilities to do stuff on his own, and then he acts like he's helpless at the same time. It's so weird to me.
Yeah, I feel like the mustard and the honey, it may not have been like, oh, he's definitely not gonna know, but it's just like, I'm just doing this to mess with him. I'm just doing this to troll. Like,
and he got trolled.
He did. Ooh. That makes me cringe. Mustard in your tea? What?
Yeah, okay. Hot.
Yeah.
Jennifer something. Fun fact, they were married. And they have 2 kids together.
Like, are they currently married?
No. Oh. They got divorced, and then he got married to J-Lo.
Oh,
and now their divorce just went through.
Great.
But yeah, like, I feel like they probably got together from this movie. Because of the timeline.
The tension.
Timeline.
Yeah, I said and because of the tension.
And, okay. Yeah. I thought you were repeating. I was like, I don't know how to say that.
No, I know.
Okay.
All right. Then it gets even creepier. In fact, it can get weirder. Like, what? Why did he go seek her out and then decide to fight?
I just washed my hands. That's why they're wet. No other reason.
Like, why would he seek her out?
No, like, I just want your name, baby girl. Like just give me your name.
Do? What you gonna do with that information?
But like, doesn't know me know? And then they just randomly start fighting in the park.
Bro, the way that they took their jackets off together was so cringe.
And they were smirking and smiling. They were enjoying it.
Yes.
At a kid's park.
Yes. I was like, not in front of the kids. Not in front of the kids.
This stuff does not happen. And then they fall in love. Like you didn't want to give him your name. Like, you wanted him to leave you alone. Like,
and then she found out that he could fight. And now she really down. Because she liked that. They both fighters. They got that dog in them. And they want another dog.
Anyways. But Elektra can do all that stuff because she said she had a different sensei. Like, either every month or every year or something.
Yes,
since she was
every year
a certain, like, when she was young.
That don't mean you get super knees and can jump from building to building like that.
If you practicing.
I guess.
Like that.
I wonder if she was born in Greece.
Fighting in rubber. Bro, I thought they were being racist for a second. I heard nachos at first. I was like, they did not name this girl Elektra Nachos.
You are hilarious.
And then Happy said it too. He's like, what kind of nachos, blah, blah, blah. He's like, it's actually Greek.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, gag me.
Bro, when I saw her, I knew that was Elektra right away. I was like, oh my goodness. Because I recognized her from Deadpool.
Yes.
And when I saw her in the cafe, I was like, what? No way. And then they started fighting. I was like, oh my goodness, this is really her. And then she said her name. I was like, crazy. I didn't know she was rich too. She a billionaire.
Yeah, I don't know anything about her character. I knew she was, because I was like Googling at this point. So I knew who the character was. But first time I saw her character was in Deadpool, and I was like, who?
No, literally, I didn't know anything about her.
Who the
And
heck?
then I saw that she had a movie somewhere on a streaming service, and I put it on the list, and I was like, oh, I should watch this. And then I saw her here. I was like, oh, no way, this is the first time you get seen. I'm like,
yeah,
connecting some dots for a Deadpool.
Yeah, get the movie, and then
she died.
Well, we never see her. I mean, like her character after the movie.
Maybe in Elektra.
No, I mean like after her movie.
Oh,
they don't bring her character back.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, but oh my goodness, they're doing all this in front of her. Oh yes, and gave her full government name to that man. I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm on the wrong page. I skipped so many good notes in here.
Oh. So we get this big guy in charge. Okay.
Yes.
This big
Wilson.
Black man.
Mm-hmm. I feel like his I feel like it's very fitting, like who they casted, like a big, bald, deep voiced Black man. Like if that's not like on the money, what is?
I don't know. Nobody. When they were doing the pan up, I was like, oh my goodness. Like, who is this? I'm like, I know this ain't Kingpin. And I was like, oh, look at him. Love that. Yes. Get them roles. And
can we what? One thing before you keep going. I don't like that they gave her like super enhanced green eyes. Like they could have just gave her like green contacts and called it a day. Like they went in and like saturated those.
Oh, I didn't even think that much into it.
Really?
Well, you were out because you were looking up the actress as well, so you were seeing what her eyes actually look like.
No, just like watching the movie. I was like, okay.
Maybe you're right, because like my eye look is inspired by her green eyes. So
exactly. Like I feel like maybe they explained it in her movie, but like for them to be that green, it's crazy.
So, whoa. So what's scarier, that or the piercing blue?
What piercing blue? Oh, eyes. In real life?
Yeah.
I feel like blue, like it just looks like they're staring into your soul. Like hers, it just looks fake. Like, you know, back in the day on Instagram when like you would like hyper saturate things.
Right.
Yeah.
Those pictures used to be crazy back then.
That's what her eyes look like.
You're so funny. But yeah, when I saw him with baby girl's dad, I was like, yeah, it's over for baby girl's dad. Yes.
I didn't know that was her daddy until the banquet.
When they said his name, I was like, that's not a coincidence at all.
Oh, I guess I wouldn't. I was like, who is this man? Why are you threatening a random man? Like,
no, it's her father.
Got it.
Yeah. And then Bullseye.
He reminds me of Hawkeye.
Yeah, but like
crazy.
Heroin.
Yeah, like actual villain, but like never misses.
Yeah.
Similarities.
If you guys have ever seen Avatar, not the blue people.
Oh.
You know, I don't know
how I've seen Avatar.
Yeah, but like how familiar are you with like the Boom Boom Man? He had like an eye on his forehead and he would shoot things and blow them up. The way that the Boom Boom Man was crazy, that's how crazy Bullseye is. Like I was like, whoa. Why was he talking like that? Like, why? Who is this character?
He's very... I feel like this movie... I don't know about the series, but I feel like this movie is similar probably to the comics. Like, they pulled a lot from there. So I was looking it up. I was looking up a scene or something like that. But Bullseye is in the comics. His character and Daredevil fight in the comics. And in the comics, he kills Daredevil.
Yeah.
So,
maybe.
Yeah. Like maybe not in the movie, it doesn't seem like, but he's like a true villain, like antagonist.
I figured because he was in there, but I'm just like, his character is still crazy.
It is, because
he was cringy.
You killed an old lady for yapping?
Like, just popped a peanut right in her. She was a racist grandma too. Talking about
mulattoes.
She said, what do they call them? No, that wasn't even the worst part. The first part she said was a semi-colored fella.
Oh, what? Yeah, I didn't clock in until I heard mulattoes. I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, she was saying some crazy things before that.
For their what?
What do they call them? Yeah, grandma.
But like, yeah, because he had his volume all the way up.
He still was hearing her.
Yes.
So I'm like, maybe he,
and then he pretended like she wasn't. She was like, yeah, oh, you came on sleeping.
Can I get you some more peanuts?
Some more peanuts.
When he opened the bag, there was like 3 in there.
Maybe he opened it.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe he ate them already.
But someone was eating them. Not him though.
I will say though, as like we saw more of his character, because in the beginning he wasn't talking, and I thought like his whole character was gonna be like not talking.
We learned that is not the case.
No, but I feel like it would have been better if he was like that, not mute, but like small,
stoic,
like catchphrase or whatever, like bullseye, or then like when he missed with Daredevil, like his first words to be "I never miss" would have ate better than "Can I get more peanuts?" Like, like I could feel like they could have been more intentional with his words.
That's real, for sure, for sure.
Especially with my hands.
I love it, as we should.
He also should have kept that beanie on. How the heck?
Yeah, I don't know what that's about.
Did he just like stamp himself with like, Braille or whatever that's called? Not Braille.
Brand?
Yeah, brand himself?
I don't know. I was like, but what if this has something to do with his powers? Like, I don't know. He just gave me weird vibes.
Because he's weird.
But Daredevil's on another chase again, doing his job, patrolling the streets and whatnot. And he's beating this guy to a pulp. And he's like, I'm not the bad guy, kid.
Well, yeah, because the little kid's in the corner crying.
Yeah.
Hurt me.
And like, you literally run around in a devil costume, beating people up to a pulp.
But he was questioning it. Not the bad guy. Right?
Oh my gosh.
And that's the beginning of his arc. His character arc.
And I'm like, yeah, Matt really needs to work through his father wound. Yeah, I'm like, he really is just like Batman for real. Beating booty.
Both orphans.
Just to process his anger and pain. It's like, you gotta do something else.
Literally, all he needs is a cape. Like, they both have a half mask.
And little things on their head. I don't remember what part of the scene that we're at next, but I was like, yeah, Matt got that blind play. Okay. Oh, he's talking to baby girl on the roof. Talking about, let's get soaked in the rain so I can see you for real, girl. What? You freak. And then he gets her to the crib and that's it. And I'm like, wow, ironic that she was the one that left him, because he was listening to that voicemail talking about, Matt, I hope you find what you're looking for, because this just ain't it. You always leaving at 3 a.m. Like, da-da-da-da-da.
I literally wrote it down. And then, yeah, I thought it was going to start that way, because, like, she left after they hooked up or whatever and left, like, the gala invitation. But no, they had, like, their cute little romance, and then trauma took over.
Boom. Immediately.
Yeah.
And I thought that was very interesting that she just like falls in love like right away. And just like, oh my goodness, like I love you so much. Like, I'm like, right. He must really have 1,000 eyes on his fingers. Like,
but she does have trauma. She watched her mom die in front of her.
Okay, but she got a good daddy. Like that don't got nothing to do. Okay. My bad. That was a little insensitive. Okay, I admit. My bad. I meant to insinuate that
she ain't got daddy issues, so she should be fine in a relationship.
Yes.
No. I did think though that they were hooking up at the church at first, because they showed like the angel from the church before they get to like their next scene. Hang on a second.
In God's house?
Like, you already asked for forgiveness for other things, Matt.
Relax. Don't push it.
That would be wild, though.
He's like, hey, if I'm asking for forgiveness, I might as well. Said Jesus did what? So I'm going to do what I need to do. Crazy. And this is when I was realizing that the Fisk man was Kingpin. I was like, oh my goodness.
Okay, yeah, I was confused at first because they were like, okay, if they think there's a Kingpin, let me give him a Kingpin. I was like, are you not? Is he not?
Yeah.
Is there not a Kingpin? Like, what is going on?
And then I was understanding. I was like, oh, right. Like, you are.
You are a Kingpin.
Got it.
Could have just said that, babes.
Literally. And then here's where I mentioned, yes, that these earlier movies, I think it really is these earlier movies that have this girl falling in love after just such a short period of time, like crazy. And
I will say though, her character ain't that bad. Like, she's not a stereotypical like woman back in the day. Like, oh, woe is me. Like, this girl can hold her own. She's pretty chill.
Yeah, I think that is. I'm glad that they do that, since her character is about being a warrior. Like, I am that girl.
So she's Wonder Woman.
I wouldn't say that. Because like Wonder Woman's character,
I've never seen one.
Okay, it's her character is completely different than Elektra's. But yeah,
like they're just ripping off the whole DCU.
No.
Also, okay, the things I do remember from the series, I remember Matt has like a trainer, right? Like he has like a guidance person.
I think so.
Yeah, I was expecting that from this movie. Self-taught. And also in the series, Matt, they don't say like he's fully blind. They say he has like impaired, like he sees red. He has like impaired vision or whatever.
Then that makes sense why his eyes aren't, like they didn't try to glaze his eyes in that way that they did his in the movie. So as we are moving on here, it's obvious that Mr. Frisk has killed baby boy's dad. Okay, yes, he drops the rose, and I'm
rose
like,
again. Yeah,
crazy.
Okay, before we get into like the big stuff, one thing I don't know his name, the actor for Happy. I feel like he's just weird in real life, like the stuff from Iron Man, like you see, and then in this movie he was over there rubbing a statue's boob. Like,
yes, I was like,
is that necessary?
That was, I thought that he was rubbing a hand.
No,
that was a boob.
That was a boob. Yeah.
So I'm like, why? What is going on here?
Like, he's just weird. And I used to like his character.
Yeah. We were rooting for him in Spider-Man.
Not anymore.
Not no more. But
anyways, we can go back to important stuff.
The next obvious thing that I was seeing here is that Daddy was gonna die.
Yeah. They always like,
just saying goodbye.
They always set it up though, because Matt is like, I don't know what she's worried about. Or maybe the relationship. And he's like, yeah, nothing bad's gonna happen. Like,
she was saying like, oh wow, like good things don't really happen to me. And, like, you're good and everything's gonna be fine. I'm like, just because you're saying this, something terrible is about to happen.
Yes, something's about to happen, and it does. This gives him that rose. Yeah, we see the symbolism back in the day when his daddy died and he dropped he also thought he was slick. Like, Mance was just an intern back in the day, and he trying to be all smooth and cool. Like, yeah, I got a little catchphrase or whatever the heck. Like, I'm gonna drop a rose for the people I killed. What? You're not in charge.
Bro, you're hilarious. You're not in charge.
Please go sit down somewhere.
The heck? At first, I thought that he was clueless. Like, he didn't know what was going on. But then, like, he's like, no, we gotta go. In the car. We're getting out of here. New York's not safe for us tonight.
He needs new security guards too, though, because he was trying to stop her from getting in the car. She elbowed him or something.
Yeah,
they look like that's his daughter.
maybe it was that like he was trying to grab her to get in the car and she's like, no, like I'll get in the car myself, because that's what I was thinking as well. But I was like, why would that have been the case? Like, no, there's something else.
Okay, here. That makes more sense. I was like, what the heck are y'all doing?
Because
and they were saying stuff exactly in Greek that we don't speak in Greek. Got it thing.
And then
here comes Bullseye
doing crazy things. Okay,
see, even like the name Bullseye I feel like belongs in the DCU. Like it's giving so like circus, like Joker vibes.
It's giving circus. Say because DCU is full of clowns.
Oh,
that's what you said.
That is not what I said.
And I'm like, after everything goes down and Dad dies, okay,
KO,
she tries to kill Daredevil, and I'm like, you didn't see the man attacking you on the motorcycle?
No.
I'm like, how did you not?
All she saw was that stick in there in the thing,
and looked up and saw him.
Yep.
And it was like,
pop, pop, pop.
Tragic.
Now she think he. Yep. So now she think he killed her papa. When she first said papa, I was like, yep, they're definitely Greek.
And I was like, dang. Now the police got one of his special canes.
Yeah, he just left it. I mean, he was getting shot at.
Yeah. And then when, by the time, like, things died down, boom, police.
Right. Word. I think, okay, at this point, though, I wrote that I feel like this storyline is definitely, like, series material. Because we're at, like, I think we have, like, 50 or 40 minutes left in the movie. And, okay, we're at this high point. Like, Elektra's upset. She's obviously gonna try to get revenge. Like, that's just how it goes. Like, she thinks Daredevil killed her dad. Like, that's a whole thing in itself. And I was like, this is a lot to, like, wrap up in this amount of time. So I feel like I've only seen one season of the series, but I feel like just the character and storyline in general is definitely better as a series. Maybe I can back up my words in like a week. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. But that's real though. I agree. But I like when this movie was wrapped up, I was like, I think that they did him justice. They did, yeah. This was a pretty good movie.
It definitely wasn't rushed. I was just like, okay, this is a lot. Like, what's gonna happen? Because movies do love to rush it. 20 minutes left, and we just got to the climax. And it's like, whoa. Oh, okay. Word.
Got it. That's what we're on.
Yeah. Okay. Unless you're Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and they just leave you on a cliffhanger. We're not getting that movie anytime soon either. They keep pushing it back.
Really?
Yes.
Great. Okay. But I was saying that I hope he has some plain canes. Because why would he be going around with his special canes? Like,
because you never know when he gotta jump into duty.
Do he wear his suit underneath his suit?
Maybe.
Where he got the helmet at?
In his pocket.
Shut it down.
Because in the first scene, you see like when he's on the stairs with Happy, and he's like, "No, I got work to do." And then he like twists his cane and like turns into like the little nunchucks that he has.
Not right there on the stairs though. No, he's at home.
But it's still the same thing.
No, like the at home.
2 in 1. 2 in 1.
I understand 2 in 1.
And then when they're in the freaking science morgue, whatever the heck, he's like, "Did you really take a closer look at this?" And they twist it and it turns into a cane.
I know that it turned into a cane. That I'm just saying, why do he not have some plain one so that when he Matt Murdock, they can connect him?
He always gotta stay strapped. You never know when somebody is gonna try to get somebody else and he gotta jump in. I feel like this character is literally the definition of not minding your business.
No, for real. He just sit up there and listen to everybody else. Who business can I get into tonight?
That one scene though, like where he was like, "Am I the bad guy?" And he was like listening in. He only heard like the end part of it. It's like, what if that guy wasn't really Like, what if that beating was justified? Like, how do you know who to beat up? Like,
hold on. But this is where I was giving some recognition to them for having a character that wasn't just like American, and she was from Greece. Like, she's from Earth. She's just from a different country. I feel like all their other characters just like they're either from America or they're from space.
I feel like now, yeah, definitely. I feel like if we're keeping it like back in the day, just on brand.
So
her daddy did.
Yeah.
In front of her, just like her mama.
Yep. Tragic. But tragic. But I also thought it was crazy that the Moore guy was just giving up confidential information for a $20 bill. I'm like, wow.
Bribe's a bribe. They probably do business a lot.
But still, only a $20 bill? Come on now.
It's back in the day. You know how much stuff you could buy with $20?
I was thinking that, but I'm just like, still, like, that's your job on the line for $20?
You don't care about that job that much?
Obviously.
Who else gonna work with these dead people?
I guess people that work in the morgue don't got HIPAA.
HIPAA?
But you know, the Hippocratic Oath, protecting the rights of your people.
Oh, isn't that just doctors?
But like, he is a doctor to a certain degree.
But does it still apply if they're dead?
That's exactly what I was just saying, babes. Like, you know, I guess HIPAA.
Oh.
Yeah.
I had to get there. I wasn't there yet. You were here. I was still not here.
So wait, hold on. I'm finding it. I'm finding it.
It takes that long. It does. It does. You should know this.
Okay, so I'm seeing how Baby Boy recognizes the king from the party,
right?
And I'm like, he kept his mouth shut. He didn't be like, oh, he didn't like start blabbing. Right. Like, I know who this belonged to. Da da da. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, maybe he's not a problem.
He got more rules. I think that's what it is. He was like, you know, Kingpin. You know what they say? They don't just kill one; they kill the whole family. So or does it? No, I think he just has morals. So I was like, maybe he knows the family, but no.
Yeah, because when he was gonna expose him, talking about, oh, you know, it's a Daredevil in here, and his name is Matt Murdock. But then I thought he was just gonna delete his name.
Yeah,
then he deleted it. I was like, whoa! I was like, whoa!
It's still a good story. Come on,
like, got it. He really, I'm here for you, Matt. We here with it, dog. Right here with it. And then boom, tragedy after tragedy. She stabbed her man.
Okay.
Whoa. All right. Training. I guess we got to talk about the movie to lead up to that part.
Right. The funeral.
Oh, right. And so
he
sad.
Dying. He drops a rose again, right, on his casket.
Like an overkill. Like,
also,
being there at the funeral too is crazy.
Gotta show face. The first time, like when Matt had the rose, was he just clenching that hard that blood came out?
I think that it was like the juice of the rose. Because see, I was also a little bit confused.
Yeah.
But I'm like, okay, roses have some kind of hydration, right? Because we see what roses look like dried out. They don't look the same as when they're fresh. So they have to have some kind of moisture in them. And I've seen people muddle roses before. And like,
yeah, but it's not like that.
Have you ever done that?
Consistency, though? I've seen it, though. It's more like, it's not blood. Like, I feel like it was blood consistency.
I think they had it looking like that also because it was dark. Like, it's in an alley. It's shadowy. Like, we just see that there's something dark and fluid coming out from him squeezing this rose.
I also feel like it was, like, symbolism. Or correct. What? I don't know. But like in the beginning, because the first scene is blood dripping down. And then you get like people are dying and like blood out the rose. I don't know. Well, yeah, he's trying. He's at the funeral. He's trying to comfort her.
Stay with me.
And like, yeah, she's like, no,
it don't work on me. It only worked on you.
She's like, all I want is revenge. He's like, no, like I know how you feel. She's like, no, you don't. I'm like, actually,
he do, and I'm like, why you didn't vouch for yourself? My daddy did too.
No, literally, like
she's like, it's about you right now.
No, it's literally the same situation. Like his dad died in but not. I mean, in front of him, he just can't see.
But like, because he felt, bro. He said, "Dad, I can't see you no more." And then we saw the symbol because we saw how he could see her heart, and then when the heartbeat stopped, he couldn't see the heart no more, and that's what he felt with his daddy.
Talking about like that just made me mad. I was like, "Girl, what are you talking about? He's literally the only person that dies. Maybe besides your mom, like maybe the mom part doesn't relate, but dad died by the same man."
Mm-hmm.
Well,
right in front.
Technically not. Yes, but set up.
Yes, responsible. He's responsible.
Responsible. Yeah, and then I was like, yeah,
it's just business.
Now he's the one that got left.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Once again.
And yeah, she goes to training.
She training the sand. I'm like, what kind of setup she got? The sandbags.
The ugly face on the the devil on the sandbag. Yep. Also, it's ironically always raining in New York during this movie.
Maybe New York's a rainy place. Apparently, the weather. You never even
was it raining when you went?
No.
Okay, all right.
Apparently, though, the weather changes a lot while you're there. Though, like they're saying, like like you never know. New York weather, da da da. Like I've been seeing memes and stuff.
I guess
it could be rainy season though. Like we have a rainy season. We don't know what time of year it is.
I guess. I think. Am I mixing up my movies? Yep, I am.
Mixy.
Never mind. But also, yeah, another show to like this is the true 2000s. That soundtrack, man. Hidden.
Rock star.
Yes. Wake me up.
Wake me up.
Like, save me. Like, this is the if you were confused what era this was, this is the 2000s.
Not no more.
Mm-hmm. And then, yeah, Bullseye is in Frisk's office. He's like,
he
made me miss.
Like, you still killed him, though. So, like, get your panties out of a bunch.
But he didn't get a costume.
He didn't. Like, he looked the same. I was like, this is what you wanted? You just wanted an excuse to buy more leather.
Or maybe Frisk wasn't having it.
Right. We didn't see
I'm not paying you for that.
Right. Like, I hired you to kill somebody. I didn't hire you to
be a super villain.
Like, I didn't hire you to like be on my team. Like, oh, I'm gonna get you whatever you need to be on my team. Like, no, I'm just
paying you for a job.
You coming and you going.
Yeah.
The heck.
Speaking of costumes.
You don't like her outfit.
I don't like how unrealistic it is. If you can barely move in jeans, how the heck?
Because jeans aren't stretchy.
How are you doing all that in rubber pants?
Maybe they're stretchy.
Those skin tight.
Rubber is stretchy.
Blacks. That's the one.
Spandex.
That's the one thing though where it's like, okay, this is the 2000s. They sexualize her outfit completely.
Absolutely.
No doubt.
That's not even just the 2000s things. Like,
they're getting a little better. The new Thunderbolts movie, they're not sexualized. At least
only one girl.
There's 3 girls.
I don't know.
Yelena.
That's the one girl.
Ghost from Ant-Man. Ant-Man 2. The girl that was like shifting and tweaking.
She's in there?
Yep. And I forget her name, but the whatchamacallit's daughter from Black Widow.
Oh, really? See, I had my eyes closed during the trailer.
Well, you've seen like one trailer.
No.
Oh, you haven't seen anything?
No.
Oh.
I just saw the box. Yeah, I just saw Yelena in the front. I didn't
And you tuned out.
Correct. There was Yelena, there was Bucky, and there was that one dude. And I was like, yeah, everybody else, I don't know, and I'll find out in the movie. La 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 la.
La 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 la. But yeah, even like the Marvels.
Well, they're
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel, understand. I feel like Captain Marvel is a lesbian.
I mean, they still could sexualize her.
I guess. And the other one's a little girl. And
Monica?
The other one is, I don't know.
They don't sexualize. I just feel like, yeah, at least with Marvel, can't speak for other people's, but I definitely seen them. Like I feel like after Black Widow, when they had a woman director on the movie instead, they started to like, okay,
yeah, because their suits were not as tight as how Natasha's was when she was in Iron Man.
Her whole role was to flirt with Tony Stark. Like that's the only reason she was in that movie. And the red hair is everything. Like it makes sense.
Her hair was much more like natural red.
It makes sense for the character, but like there's like a line. Anyways,
yeah, but yeah, tragedy. Okay, she stabbed her boyfriend.
Death, revenge,
and she died.
Great synopsis.
Yep.
The end.
She stabbed her boyfriend and she died. It's tragic. Tragic into Elektra's story.
That's crazy. Like, yeah, she stabs him and she's like, I want to look in the eyes of the person who killed my father when I kill him. Mask off. oh my god.
Riley.
When he was trying to be like, I didn't kill him, I swear.
He wasn't having it. Because she was just blinded by the rage.
And he's literally blind.
And then we get Daredevil versus...
No, wait, let me save my tissue. I feel like though there's a lot of similarities. Like they both have, because at this point Matt has turned a leaf. He's like, no, my pastor is right. Like, I don't need to be this person, this bad guy. So like she's at the beginning stage of like blinded by rage and vengeance, and he was also blinded by rage and vengeance, and then he was
I don't think he's turning a new leaf, because like he's still gonna go beat people up.
He's not gonna kill them.
Okay, all right.
New leaf.
All right. Okay. Right. No more murder.
Still
gonna be violent,
but he doesn't have to repent his sins anymore.
Oh, that's why he went there, because he killed somebody. I thought he was going there because like he was beating people up, but no, like he's like, no, that's fine. But killing, I should go and pray.
Yeah.
Got it.
Murder is a sin in the Bible.
But beating people up is not? Oh.
I've never read the Bible. Christians don't attack me.
So if it is a sin, please let us know.
But I know like one of like the thou shall not is murder.
Thou shalt not murder.
Yeah, that's what it says, word for word.
Bro, okay. So we got Daredevil versus Bullseye. Okay, am I missing any bits in between?
Yes. When she's dying, she's like, help me. And he's sitting there and he's crying. Get up. Do something.
Like he stabbed too.
Cushion the wound in the shoulder. Like
it's a lot of vital.
No.
Vital blood cells.
If he can get up and fight Bullseye afterwards,
and then frisk,
but he couldn't save his girl. Like
he was just stricken by grief. Okay, and then after that, he had the power of anger to go and beat them up.
Also, when they're fighting, you know, we're getting to their fight. There are bats coming out of the church.
Accordion, yes.
Of the accordion in the church. He summoned them because he's Batman.
That disc that he threw at him should have broken his windpipe. When he walked into the church on straight BS. Okay, almost shot the pastor.
Right. This is a warning.
Get out of here.
Pastor's
like, what about you? Get out of here, Padre. Take the back door.
It's like, why you call him Padre? But
his
father in Spanish.
But I think that they also like sometimes say that, but like not in Spanish, in like Spanish speaking churches. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I was saying that that's a big organ. I don't know what
loud up in that church. It is a big building though. Like tall wise.
Yeah. They got to use that vertical space. Okay, this is New York.
Mm-hmm.
Woof. But Bullseye got a little scared when it was fighting. You peeped that?
Because he never missed.
Mm-hmm.
And he missing.
A lot.
The way that glass broke is crazy though. Because it was like perfectly like square circle.
He was like, okay, cracky.
Bullseye, like in this whole scene, is just cringy.
Yes, Bullseye's character is cringy, period.
But like the acting from the actor,
yes, the whole thing cringy. Like, yeah, his whole time being on screen. Not a fan of it. But you know, he recognizes his weakness. He tries to start exploiting it, and then he starts yapping when he should be killing, and he gets himself shot. And then I'm like, yeah,
that scene too.
My hands. You took my hands. Bro.
Is like the target like is your ability only from your hands? Like I thought being never missing is like I guess hand-eye coordination.
But like isn't it like use a little toe, use a little elbow.
Brain and stuff too. Yeah, like
yeah. Like you do like I feel like that's body coordination because with those kind of things you gotta follow through. You gotta whatever. He was just cringe, okay? He just had to be cringe.
Also in this scene, I don't know what scene it was, but Matt looked a little bit like Paul Rudd. This is also back in the... This is like a young Ben Affleck. Mm-hmm. I don't know why I expected him to be like his age. I was watching this film. He's 52, 42, 52 sounds better. Yeah, he's 52. This is back in the day, 2003. But yeah, he looks a little bit, just like a particular scene, he looks a little bit like Paul Rudd. The man that never ages.
Vampires.
Paul Rudd is a vampire. They're all bats.
And they have Bat Club.
With Batman.
That's their mascot.
Also, I noticed. Sorry.
No, what were you saying?
He put abs on his suit. Like silly. He definitely is like by loner, so he made that suit himself, and he like pecs and everything.
He said, "I gotta show off this bar."
Okay,
how do you know like the girls?
But he okay.
How do you know what abs look like with his fingers? You feel them? Be working out. He feel his muscles. Probably very in tune with what his body feels like. He's probably seeing himself in the shower. You know, because the water's falling on him. Whatever.
I'm listening and comprehending everything that you're saying.
But why were his hands smoking after being shot? Like smoke was coming out. I'm just like,
how close was it? Maybe like
it was a sniper, bro. They were far away. I don't know
how these things work.
He was far away. That's all that matters. Okay. If anything, the barrel of the gun would be smoking.
It was the other guy.
Yeah. Like, why were his hands, the bullet wounds, smoking? Like, that's crazy.
Dramatic effect.
I guess. But the jumps just kept getting crazier and crazier. I'm just wondering, why didn't the sniper shoot at Daredevil as well? Like, he said, keep an eye out for both of them, and only shot one.
I feel like he was trying.
Like no other shots went off. Maybe because
I feel like he's not. Yeah, I feel like he wasn't like aiming for a particular person. I think he was just like shooting because he's not. They're not perfect shots.
Well, that's the point of the snipers to be accurate. They shoot where they want to shoot. Yeah. So he shot his hands on purpose. So I was thinking like maybe he did that because he was about to kill Daredevil, and it's like they want them both alive for custody.
Oh, but why would they shoot? Why would he shoot his hands?
Because he was about to kill him. Like he had something in his hands. Like boom, shoot your hands. Now you can't hold anything to hurt anybody.
I don't know. Maybe they just didn't get the chance.
That's what I was thinking. Like, yeah, like he was trying to line up the shot. Because if the point of them is to be accurate, then he would need to line his shot up and like.
Told you, I don't know nothing about.
It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. But now, Daredevil, he wobbles his way over to Kingpin. He's so injured.
Wobble, wobble, wobble.
And we can definitely see how strong Kingpin is here. He's throwing
we
him
literally
around.
See it though too.
Yeah, like muscles, big man. Mm-hmm. Okay, he's not no little boy. And yeah, throwing him around like a little doll. Mm-hmm. And this is where I also notice that he's not as big as he is in the animations. Like, you can see how kind of stocky he is. He's kind of just short and buff. And why?
It's
Thick
like,
man.
Yeah, it's like he trained for it. Like, natural. Let me hit the gym. Mm-hmm. Let me get some buff arms. Let me just
be the biggest man around.
Yeah, call it a day. Instead, like, I
call it a day.
I feel like I like this better because it makes sense why Kingpin is able to do what he can do in the movie compared to like in the series and wherever we see him. Like, we don't see muscles. Like, we don't see this buff guy.
He's just like big and like just a little pudge. Yeah, and then
I mean, like, usually when you have more mass, you are stronger. But like you're still
not like being hit by a car and thrown into a wall and like walking away fine.
Yeah,
like no.
I wonder if they're gonna go into that because they don't go into it in Echo.
And like he's different. Did you watch the trailer for the new series?
No,
I watched it today. It's interesting. He is also going to be in some government role. So I think
you should watch Echo before you.
I would like to.
It's really short. I think it's like 4 or 5 episodes.
So I think I'm just going to have to watch that before I finish Daredevil because I'm not going to finish Daredevil.
Yeah.
Before, yeah. So, all right, I'll do that. But
or at least like the first couple episodes.
They were fighting, he was getting the hands put to him, getting the paws put to him. Then he gets the water going. Now he's like, oh, I can see you. I'm coming for you. He broke his knees.
Yeah.
That was not fun to see. And then when I was watching the trailer for the new one, lots of broken bones in this one too. I'm like, can we stop with breaking the joints, please? You're going to make me cringe.
We're bringing Netflix to Disney now.
What does that mean?
Like the Defender series, I feel like the whole reason why it was on Netflix is because it's gory. It's not bones are broken, you see blood, like people are dying, like
yeah. I was noticing that when I was watching the Daredevil show. I was like, wow, like they is not messing around.
Yeah.
Like they was literally I was looking through somebody's bullet wound. I was like, oh
yeah,
Disney. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, not PG.
My pearls. But he proves to himself that he's not a bad guy.
Yeah. I'm not the bad guy.
So you're gonna go to jail.
Insert Billie Eilish.
But yeah, that's really how we gotta wrap it up. You got anything to say about that before the end credit scene?
Oh, there's a short shot of like his mask on the floor with the rose and like blood, and I feel like that's the whole movie. Like just that shot is the whole film summarized. Also, we know Elektra is dead. Don't know what her movie's about. Never seen it, but her movie comes out 2 years after. Like, are they gonna explain? Like, is she not dead? Is it like before she died?
I think it'll be like surprised she's not dead because he's like, I like your necklace. Do they
I was waiting for the pan. I was waiting for her to show up.
I was waiting for the pan to see that she showed up, or a pan that she was like somewhere else doing something different, or like watching him find the necklace.
Yes,
but didn't happen. And I'm like,
Also, I feel like I guess I can say that after we can go into the end credit scene.
But just Bullseye is alive, and I'm like, oh, I wonder, is he gonna have anything to do with the new show at all? Is he gonna come back in? Because like, if we got Baby Boy from Incredible Hulk back in 2003 into a movie that just came out this year, we can't count anything out now.
Yeah, I feel like if they're trying to close like plot holes for sure, because I feel like that's what they were trying to do with the new Captain America Hulk movie.
Word.
Yeah, but yeah, he just oh that yeah, his end credit scene made me think, okay, like are they doing a sequel? Like why would they show Bullseye? Like I feel like he probably was gonna yeah, if they did another movie, he was probably coming back.
Yeah.
But
closing thoughts?
Yes. I like when I was watching this, I was looking things up and they have like because we see in Deadpool, like they bring back Elektra and they bring back Blade, and that's it.
Johnny,
yeah,
from Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I feel like
and
yeah, I was like, I feel like
Magic Card Man. I forgot what his name.
Yes, Gambit.
Gambit.
Yes, and so when I was looking up this movie, there's Elektra.
Make history today.
Bro,
side my whole life for this one.
Side note, like Channing Tatum has a movie on Netflix right now and he's doing another like Southern accent and I'm like, who keeps giving this man roles with accents? Like why?
It's hilarious.
This man belongs. He needs to be in a dancing movie. Stop giving him these roles. Dance. He needs to be out there in New York on the streets. The TikTok, get this man back to the streets. Cause he be up in clubs and stuff, breaking it down. Like he still got it. That man used to be a real like Magic Mike. Anyways, I feel like back in the day, like they had like Daredevil, they had Elektra, and they had like Blade has his own movies too. I feel like that was their Defender series. That's what they call the Defender Saga. That's what they call the Netflix stuff with Daredevil and Jessica Jones and all this stuff. I feel like that was their Defender Saga in a way because it's all, I don't know, but it's like connected. I feel like kind of.
Yeah, except for Blade though, because Blade is in a completely different universe where there are vampires.
Okay, never mind.
We don't. Yeah, like Blade is a vampire killer.
Bro, I've never seen the movie.
Yes, so now you know he's a vampire killer, so he's not involved in anything else that we have going on. Like, if anything, he's with that werewolf stuff.
Don't watch that.
I was like, I know she said not to watch that, so I'm not even gonna waste my time. And then I just kept going. Anyway, my closing thoughts for this movie.
Yes,
Elektra deserved a better death. Okay. It was cute that they teased that she may be alive, like with the Brill necklace, but I definitely want to see her movie now that I've seen her in action. I'm like, yeah, I want to see her fight some more. I want to see some real action. Like, this one was stricken by grief, and like she's not really locked in for real. Like, I want to see her locked in, beating some booty. Come on now.
I also wonder why she probably didn't get good ratings either, but like why they didn't stick with the character. Because like they brought Daredevil back.
Yeah.
The character, at least. We haven't seen.
They just teased her in in where the tin pad people go. I don't know what that place is called.
I feel like Deadpool 3 was just like a guest star movie. Like, yeah, who can we put in here now? That's what it was giving. Yes,
let's really make sure that he's a part of the Marvel universe. Now we're just like putting random things together.
The more I think about it, the more it was kind of unnecessary.
But
that's a movie we should rewatch.
Yeah, maybe.
Anyways, continue.
Yeah, and it was a nice one-off movie. Okay, it had good closure.
I liked
not
it,
really
yeah.
any loose ends. To mention, there were like any. And taking the movie for what it was. But taking the movie for what it was and understanding the time that it came out, I would give her a 4 out of 6.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I looked it up. People did not like this movie.
Yeah, tell me about it.
On Letterboxd, which is like the big movie ratings, whatever, it hits 2.1 stars.
Dang.
I didn't read the reviews because I was still in the middle of watching the movie, so I didn't want to spoil it. But like, yeah, why I didn't get a sequel is because they didn't get like box office views. Like, it was, I just feel like back in the day, like Marvel just wasn't
It's popping.
Wasn't hitting. Yeah, I feel like they had like, unless it was Spider-Man, ain't nobody was going to see Marvel. Like,
tragic.
Yeah, until they started the MCU.
Wow. I wonder what made the MCU so different.
Maybe I feel like they put in the work. Like the continuity to keep a storyline together from that.
So like I wonder how their numbers were for Iron Man compared to like as they kept going. Because we see like as they kept going, they really took off. But like, was it taking off in the beginning? Was it getting the same numbers as these earlier movies?
I feel like it had to be if they kept going.
And like they were also putting out more things. Like they had the shows that like Jessica Jones and Daredevil. Oh wait, that wasn't.
Yeah, but like, like for depending on who's backing them, like money wise, when you do projects like that and you put something out, like sometimes you have to wait. At least back in the day, you have to wait and see if it hits so you can have the money to do other things. They don't really do that so much anymore.
Yeah, they just got all the money now, so they don't care.
Yeah, they cancel it or don't cancel it. Even if it has a great Netflix sucks at that. Like a show will have amazing views. Be like, oh my gosh, like I love the show, like bring it back, and they'll cancel it. Or they're taking shows off of Netflix to make room for other things.
How you run it?
Like you're not listening to your audience.
Annoying.
Anyways,
justice was done to the character. Yeah. Led to believe that there was going to be more dock points because cringe romance happened way too fast and the CGI.
I feel like the romance is on par though with movies. You just don't like romance.
And actually, I was talking to one of our friends about this. I feel like it's just like I don't like, because I like romance, I think just by itself or with action. I don't want it to be with comedy. I don't want it to be with drama. Like, because I didn't mind that there was romance in here. I just think that it happened too fast. Like, they just, boom, one time had that beautiful magical night and now she in love with him.
Well, they never said I love you, did they?
No, but like the actions was crazy. Like, I feel like, but maybe because, you know, trauma,
Her mama died in front of her face.
Okay, girl.
And his daddy died in front of his face and he could not feel him anymore.
I can't see you. I can't see you.
When I first watched it, I gave it 3.5, but I feel like I was being influenced by everyone that was like, oh, this movie is trash. But I was like, no, like I actually liked it. The only thing I don't like how comparable it is to Batman. Like it's literally the same concept.
See, I do like the Batman-ness. I love Batman.
I feel like be original. You know?
I mean, we could say that about a lot of the characters.
Yeah. I was rethinking everything.
Actually, you know what? We're stopping the podcast. Sorry, guys. I resign.
And I personally am not a fan of video game, like, CGI. But, yeah.
It's not bad. I
just
don't want to see it.
It's not like a perfect movie, but it is good. I did enjoy it. So I give it a 4 out of 6.
Wow. Look at us.
Yeah.
20.
Welcome to Beyond the Film Podcast,
where we're one person,
where we share a brain cell.
Ding.
Anyways, yeah, that's all I got.
Man.
Close her out.
OMG.
Oh wait, before you. Oh, this is probably part of the closing round. When this podcast comes out, the Daredevil series.
The Daredevil series.
When this podcast comes out, the new Daredevil series is out right now, and we will be exclusively reviewing it on TikTok. So go to the description, click our TikTok link, and follow us on TikTok to hear what we got to say.
Yeah. Watch it along with us. All that good jazz. Anyway, though. But yes, all of our links will be down below. Okay, our socials, all of that good jazz. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Let us know what you thought about this movie. And make sure you go check out what we're going to say about the series coming up on TikTok. Anything else to say?
Subscribe.
Yeah.
And like the video.
Yes.
We see you're viewing it. You're watching it. Give us a like. I mean, you're already on the video. Just like it. Please.
Bye, guys.